Stand by for the start of the Antofagasta Minerals Copper X Prix. Qualifying round 1, heat 1, is about to commence. Energize your systems and prepare to race.
RXR will want to stay out of trouble compared to yesterday. Wait for the line, wait for the wheel spin to go, then everybody's used their Renault hyperdrive. McConnell was the latest to go on that. R.J. Anderson moves across and squeezes Johan Kristoffersen. Kristoffersen has not got a good start here. He's P5 out of everyone. What's going to happen in turn 1? 4 cars wide, backward on the inside. Tanner Faust going to get the whole shot. R.J. Anderson is going to make it an American one too. Jamaica in P3 for Fraser McConnell. Backward P4, and Kristoffersen is at the back of the pack. Up the inside, Kristoffersen makes his first pass. That's P5 into P4. He's passed backward. His next target is McConnell.
It's the Hummer EV in second place, and you can just see in third place Fraser McConnell is being hunted down by RXR. They've got the windscreen wipers on already, not too bad at the front, but they're spraying all the time to make sure that visibility is good. And RXR are just 3 seconds behind, but they're closing in and they're making the pass on the inside line.
Yeah, bad bounce there. I reckon that's the same bounce that maybe caught out Clara yesterday. Do you remember there's a couple of big bumps on the way down towards the finish line, side by side over the jump. Kristoffersen up to P3. So on the brakes, Faust comes in the lead. Brilliant job by him. Kristoffersen up the inside on the braking zone down. He gets along, in fact, he gets past. He passes R.J. Anderson on the brakes into the switch zone. P5 to P2 by Arlen Kotlinski. She is now within striking distance. Hozos clips that. We need to watch for that berm. That could have a tyre off a rim later on today. Hozos gets sideways. She knows the RXR machine is in the mirrors big time now. Can RXR go from P5 at the start through to P1? If they can, it's a perfect start on Championship Day. But Hozos is going to hold on for McLaren. That's a brilliant drive by the young Norwegian. She wins this race. P2 is going to be RXR, and that's an incredible fight back from P5 at the start. That's what champions do.
So here are the results of Heat 1, qualifying round 1. You can see JBXE with a bit of damage coming in 5th place. Then it was 4th for X44, and then 3rd for the Hummer EV team. Good recovery drive from them. RXR started 5th and ended 2nd, but 1st place goes to McLaren. Well done to them. A really good round and a good driving from both of them.
Qualifying round 1, heat 2, is about to commence.
So off the line then, what kind of a start can Ekstrom get? He's got a banger. So Ekstrom was in the same grid slot as RXR. RXR had a shocking start, and Ekstrom's got a brilliant one. Scheider just to his outside. Ekstrom with a clean and easy hole shot into the lead. Really nicely done. Scheider close in behind. Timo will know that this is Championship Day.
But he's carrying on the motorsport, and look at that. Down the inside for Veloce, and they've taken Adrian. Is he able to come back and switch back? No, it's gone. So he's in P4, and up to P3 is Hansen.
Yeah, Kevin Hansen is really going for it here. Now up the inside again. This time, this is a bullish one. Whoa. Does he clip the flag on the inside? If the flag stays up, it doesn't matter. Looks like he has. So Kevin Hansen gets the pass on Scheider. Scheider won't like that, and he'll want to get back at him as quickly as he can. He's now looking to the inside line. Scheider over the crest.
Whoa.
Oh, that was risky. That's where Anderson went over yesterday. Almost a mid-air pass. Scheider holds on to it. Incredible stuff, but that's given the gap now to Kevin Hansen. Wow!
And as they go down, you can see they're just skirting around each other, and that could have been disastrous, but somehow Scheider managed to just keep it together.
Go on, Timo. But out front, Acciona Sainz's Laya Sands is going to come over the finish line and grab back a championship point in this crucial title battle today. It was 6 points, now it's down to 5. Acciona Sainz take the win in Q1 Heat 2.
Let's take a look at the results then. Well, in 4th place, not the run that App Cooper would have wanted. In 3rd, Carl Cox Motorsport. In 2nd, very decent from Veloce indeed, but not quite as decent as Acciona Sainz, who really have had perfect start to this round 10 here in Chile for our final round of the whole Extreme E season.
Qualifying round 2, heat 1, is about to commence.
And away, so immediately hyperdrives as we'd expect, as any would have gone too early. Looks like a good start by Hozos in the middle of the grid. That's a repeat of Ekstrom's great start from the last time round. But 3 cars wide. Molly Taylor, though, got the whole shot, just edges in front, and it's slippery. Look, they put a lot of water down in turn 1. Amanda Sorensen coming around the outside of two cars there, passing, it was Clara Anderson around the outside as well, so getting herself on a P2. Now a lot of mud roost out there as well. Look at the screens, poor visibility for Clara Anderson down in P4. Kevin Hansen coming around through the last couple of corners, gritting his teeth as he often does on the onboard, bottom right of your screen. It's a great result for Veloce. Hansen and Taylor are going to take this one. After the previous session, they were sitting in P4, and I'm pretty sure that's going to book their slot in the grand final.
And the results then from qualifying to Heat 1, now down in 5th, was JBXE. In at 4th, they'll be a bit disappointed. That was Apt Cupra. In 3rd, another decent-ish run. Are they going to make it through? It's McLaren. And in 2nd, amazing job by Sorensen and Anderson for GMC. Chip Ganassi in 2nd. And then another first place. What a first place for Veloce, for Taylor and Hansen.
Qualifying round 2, Heat 2, is about to commence.
This would certainly be the biggest title ever for both those two drivers. On the outside, Leah Block will be keen to make her mark as well. In our hyperdrives all round, Leia Sands has got an absolutely brilliant start. Looks like a whole shot to me. Arlen Kotlinski's going to be out the back door here. Needs to get on the brakes early. Oh, Gutierrez goes late. Super late. Has to hook a wheel over the inside almost to avoid Leia Sands. Leia Sands gets sideways. Block up the inside of the RXR machine in the background. Tiny bit of contact between those two. Watch for Leah Block on the brakes down into the switch zone. This is where she made that incredible pass yesterday. They're splitting off to the right-hand side any minute now, and then they should be on the brakes hard. Look how quick they come in there. It's no wonder we've seen people making mistakes. Here comes Block. How late on the brakes?
So late.
Oh, sensible.
In fact, they've come in joint at the same time. Sainz and X44. Look at them. They're so close, and they're touching at the back with RXR and Block. So what has gone on in the switch zone? This could be so important when it comes to the let-out.
Yeah, that's big contact between them and the RXR. Where's the RXR going to get released? Could be 3 cars wide here. Should come out just in front of the Block. Block's car, of course, which Scheider is now in. So pretty much as they came in, it was 2.9. Let's see the gaps. Look at that. That's the side view as they head off the line at the front between the X44 machine. Across
That's a
to the
great
side.
Restart.
It is. Who's gone with hyperdrive?
So it's McConnell has not used he has used hyperdrive. That's when he's used it. So Ekstrom behind McConnell, and one of them has used their hyperdrive. Ekstrom has banked it for later.
That looks like that was the right decision because up on 2 wheels to a right. McConnell almost binning it just before the finish line. He's going to bring it home though over a couple of crests in the background. There is the finish, tantalisingly close again. Here comes McConnell over the line. X44 make it. P2 for Acciona. Sainz should see them top qualifiers. RXR, massive jump for Christopherson, and we think based on the Continental Traction Challenge that will be enough to put both our championship teams through to the grand final, and the championship will go down to the wire. These are the points that the winners of each of these races get an extra championship point. So Acciona Sainz in Q1 took 1, that brings the gap down to 5. McLaren take a point, Veloce take a point, X44, with no disrespect, that's not going to affect our championship battle right now. But that is the end of qualifying. Going to be a fantastic end to the season.
The redemption race is about to commence.
This will give us a taste of the grid slots for the grand final still to come. Veloce have chosen the centre of the grid. It looks good, doesn't it? Because that's an amazing launch immediately by R.J. Anderson for the Hummer EV Chip Ganassi Racing squad. It does mean, of course, that neither of our championship contenders will be in that slot come the grand final in just a few minutes' time. Andreas Backer trying the round the outside move for JBXE. Is he going to get up the inside of Timo Scheider? Runs up the dirt bank on the outside line. In the background there, the Cupra machine of Tombe is heading up the banking pretty high. Scheider right there with R.J. Anderson, door to door. Scheider up the inside, runs a wheel over the dirt. That's an absolutely fantastic pass. R.J. Anderson going to try and come back in the next left-hander. Scheider runs a little bit wide. They're still side by side as they come over the crest down. They've both had moments off this crest this weekend. This time they both get away with it. Scheider and the Hummer alongside again, side by side as they take this next one. Better traction here for R.J. Anderson. He's on the inside. He's going to run deep on the exit. Scheider will get underneath him. Almost contact between them. Jenny, finally I can get you in. That's a wild old ride from turn 1 to there.
So the Hummer EV team take the finish. They'll come up, do the jump, and a win for the Hummer EV team. And that is so deserving for them. Up they go over the ramp, and look at that style. Sorensen and Anderson teaming up to do tribute to Carl Leduc and the number 99 car. Well done.
And what a setting we've got here. Looks like Mars. It isn't. It's Chile. With a DNF was unfortunately Carl Cox Motorsport, and a bit off the pace. In third place was JBXE. In second, at Cupra, and of course, first was Hummer EV Chip Ganassi Racing, with a bit of redemption there.
Attention all teams, this is race control. Stand by for the start of the Antofagasta Minerals Copper X Prix. The grand final is about to commence. Energize your systems and prepare to race.
Here we go. One last race to decide the 2023 Extreme E title. 5 cars on the line, some of the very best drivers in the world. Ekstrom has the inside line. Kristoffersen is on the outside. Good start in the middle for Kevin Hansen for Veloce. Dust flies up now. Everybody using their Renault Hyperdrive. Kristoffersen chose slot number 5 to give himself a bit of space. He's got Fraser McConnell inside him. Matthias Ekstrom trying to get the whole shot on the inside line. Acciona Sainz going to be there. RXR trying to come right the way round. It looks like he's going to hold on to P3. Kristoffersen trying to go up the inside. The Jamaican up on 2 wheels. The RXR up on the top of the banking. Johan Kristoffersen saved the biggest roll there with an enormous moment, and now they have it all to do. Ekstrom is out front for Acciona Sainz. If it carries on like this, they'll be champions, but RXR are going to fight back. You're in for a race now.
Can you believe that save? The save of the century. I mean, what he did to get that car stopped back down, that was extreme reactions. I bet Michaela Arnin Kotlinski couldn't even watch, but they know what they have to do there now. They have to come back.
Unbelievable. I really thought he was going over in the background. At the minute you can see points down bottom right of your screen, that would mean then that Acciona Sainz are champions. We're trying to look at the front of the RXR to see if there's a puncture or not. It seems to be on the pace at the moment. They're only 4.3 back. He's got a lot of steering lock on. I think is it. We need to see an outside. He's holding the wheel at a bit of an angle. Has Kristoffersen picked up a puncture? Where is he? Come on over there. I think they have.
Rear right. Rear left?
No, I think it's front right. If it's anything, that's what we're hearing. What's the gap now? 6.4. Come on. Oh, it's so hard to see.
Front right looks to be ailing a little bit, but they're losing time.
There's dirt
and they're taking a lot of dirt. At the front, Acciona Sainz look like they're going to get passed by the Veloce team. Hansen versus Ekstrom, and McConnell further back, is not too far further back, one lap round, and Acciona Sainz stood out at front. RXR falling back. What does this mean for the championship?
So RXR 8.8 seconds off the back. We need confirmation of whether or not Kristoffersen has a puncture. We'll bring that to you as soon as we possibly can. Yeah, he's on a ghost though. Front right's gone down. Is the dream over for RXR? Remember, it all depends on points in this one. If it depends, Acciona Sainz now got to have a bit of a shocker. Other teams have got to pass them and push them back. But RXR are heading into the pit to change the front right. Are they just going to park it? They're going to know probably they're in there.
No, they will never give up. Surely that RXR team don't give up. They'll try and find another tyre. They'll try and fix it. Only 2 allowed in there. But at the moment, it's Acciona Sainz leading the way from Kevin Hansen in the Veloce team. And if this is it, this is enough for Carlos Sainz and Acciona Sainz team to win.
Jacks are in, so they've not sent, obviously, Arlen Kotlinski. Johan staying in the car, strapped in. They're going to get him out as quick as they can. Kevin Hansen wants to take a win here for Veloce. Remember, any contact, any problem for Acciona Sainz, any tech fault, if they come P4, RXR still win the championship. If RXR are 1 place behind them, this isn't over until the end of the race. We know how much carnage can be in Extreme E, and you've got 4 cars here inside 3.4 seconds, and an enormous jump from Tanner Faust in the background, just to shine a light on how spectacular this is.
And Kristoffersen in the car, so frustrated, nothing he can do. He just has to wait. Can they fix it? Can they get him out? In the meantime, he's probably watching a screen somewhere, getting updates of how far Acciona Sainz are in front.
He's on the way already, so Johan Kristoffersen's wheel has been changed. He's rolling out of the pit area already, so he's rolling out the switch zone, tightens up his belts. He knows he's got to get out there and get amongst it. Into the switch zone comes Ekstrom. I tell you what, they can still go as well for the Continental Traction Challenge. There are a couple of occasions where they can tie on points, and then they would need those extra couple of points to try and win the title. Here's a look at the start.
Right, let's watch this, because RXR at the moment have to pull on the brakes because Veloce are just in front of them. Acciona Sainz get a fairly clean start, and this is where they take that ridge and go up and wide, and maybe that's exactly where the damage was done. Have a look on board. This is the moment where they have that very close call.
We saw him go up on two wheels. Look at that. At that moment, I wonder if it's where it comes back down. Think about the weight of the car and the momentum onto it right down on. Such a shame, but as I say, this isn't over yet. Sainz climbing in from Matthias section. It's a punch of a Faust as well. Front right's down on the McLaren. Steering broken too, so he's taken a big hit. Yeah, look at the angle between the two different wheels. You can see the tyres down too. So
wonder what happened there. We didn't see that. Well, try and find a replay, but at the moment, Sainz is out in front. She could take this championship. They can take this championship for the Acciona Sainz team if they get a clean road round.
Top left-hand side of your picture there, Jørgen Kristoffersen is pushing hard. Remember now, McLaren have gone from this, so suddenly RXR are going to come round, do the switch zone. If that McLaren doesn't move, then they're going to have to P4. There it goes, it goes. Panic stations, isn't it? I know, you nearly have a heart attack.
Another one.
I know, Jenny, I know. Look at Sainz. She looks straight away across the left and right-hand side of the car to see who's in her mirrors. It's Molly Taylor, the Season 1 champion. Taylor, what's Taylor done? Has she released early? I think Taylor went early from the switch zone, surely.
She got a real jump on her. I don't know how she managed to do that. Well, again, look at the replays, but that is Molly Taylor in the Veloce leading around the Acciona Sainz team. At the moment, it would still be enough for Acciona Sainz to win the championship as things stand. Let's have a look at the replay. This is McLaren and what happened to them. Hard on the brakes into the switch zone. Oh! That's the second time that's happened.
Hit the back of the X44 machine super hard.
Did they just lock up?
Bear in mind here, if X44 have taken damage and were to retire, McLaren look like they're already out. You might find Veloce getting a penalty. RXR could end up behind Acciona Sainz yet. This is not over yet. Now Arlene Kotlinski goes in. All she can do is get that car to the finish as fast as she can. As Sainz gets ultra sideways, trying to get back past Molly Taylor. If Taylor has released early, they should get on the radio and just say, hold P2. They're going to get a penalty, but she won't know that yet.
No, we can only go by what the live team championship says, and at the moment it's 177, 174, but that doesn't include any positions that they make up, and this is going to go down to the wire.
Jenny, if RXR were to get P4 and Sainz was to stay in P2, they'd be 1 point apart, meaning that if RXR picked up the Continental Traction Challenge, they would win the title by 1 point. This could not be closer. Bear with us, guys. We're doing this live as quick as we possibly can. Sainz now looks for another way through. Molly Taylor on the right-hand side of the track, say Season 1 champion, up against potentially the Season 3 champion, Sainz. Sainz has got to balance the risk of trying to pass Taylor with the possibility of not having enough points to pick up this title with all the carnage that's going on. Bad bounce! It goes sideways! Spin! Sainz has gone round the championship leader! They don't roll, she's back going forwards again! This is unbelievable. We thought it was all over with RXR at the start, and it continues to deliver the drama right now. They've gone round and they're still going.
The saves just keep on happening from both of our championship contenders.
No, they're off.
Gone wrong. Something's gone wrong for Sainz. She's off in the dirt, and RXR are through. They are through and into second position.
I think they're a lap down. They're still a lap. She's rolled. That's it. Acciona Sainz has gone over. Sainz has gone over on a roof after 2 spins. RXR. Oh no, the steering's broken for RXR. There is too much going on here. This is unbelievable. So now can Arlene Kotlinski get round for a lap and a half with broken steering and pick up the title? Because Acciona Sainz have rolled. The car is upside down in the track. She only needs to do 1 lap to get past where the Acciona Sainz is parked now, and they would win the championship.
So you can see RXR are just trying to get round, but they're using the handbrake all the time, and this is absolutely nightmare scenario for them and the championship for them.
Right, okay, we need to see what happens here. She gets alongside. Now, this is the spin. But was it a tech fault that spanned the car? Because to spin twice in close succession is unusual. So she's gone round. Okay, on board with her here. Here it goes. Lucky to get away with that at that speed. That is incredible. Then we get more carnage, and she spins again. Where does the roll happen? X44 as well, by the way, they're a lap down, so they've also got problems. This is going back the way of Rosberg X Racing. Here it is over the crest, over the rocks on the inside line. Now she gets back on the gas. Is it as she tries to come back onto the track? She comes through the dust.
Second spin, she comes back onto the circuit and then flips the car over.
It's the slowest roll ever. She's so unlucky with the dust. She can't see where she's going. Their championship dreams lie in tatters along with their Odyssey 21. The X44 is broken. The rear left is hanging off it. The Veloce machine. What's going on with Veloce? Veloce have won the race. They've come over the line and won the checkered flag, but that's irrelevant. But there's X44 in the background.
I mean, this is carnage. You've got Veloce having won the race, then Rosberg X Racing are trying all their might to get back.
I think it's over. I think RXR are going to win the championship. They're one place behind Acciona Sainz, which is where they needed to be. The updates come on your screen, 179 to 177. R.10 get less the X44 to recover, or this car breaks before the X44. RXR are going to win the title in the most bizarre of title-deciding races I've ever seen in my life. Up and over the line, is that checkered flag for RXR? They're still a lap down. They're still a lap down.
A lap to go, so they have to go round again to take the flag, to take the checkered flag. At the moment, it's RXR and Michaela Arlen-Kotolinsky having the drive of her life. This is challenging. She's having to manually push this car round. It might as well be pushing it around behind the car, but she's doing a great job out there. Can she finish this and take the championship?
Jenny, the skill that's needed to stop this car from braking when you've got broken steering, and I mean properly breaking the drivetrain to the point where you can't continue, is crazy. X44, here's the yellow. Here it is. So they're going to come round now and pass the stricken Acciona Sainz machine.
This is the slowest overtake.
It's the slowest championship finale. I cannot believe what's happened in this race. I cannot, seriously, I can't believe it. Can you?
I absolutely can't. And this is everyone stood around,
and Johan Kristoffersen sitting together.
With the person who designed this whole thing, Alejandro Agag. And this is how it's going to look at the end if they finish like this. Rosberg X Racing will have 182 points. And Acciona Sainz, disastrous day for them. They will be left by the side with only 174 points. It will go to Rosberg X Racing if it stays like this.
Can I just point out as well that Veloce, even if Molly Taylor jumped that start, she's got a gap of 3 minutes 29. You'd have to give her quite the penalty to drop her back. Poor Johan Kristoffersen and Matthias Ekstrom must be having heart attacks. They really must. This is a team sport. They will be desperately disappointed, as will Laya Sands.
They'll be disappointed that it couldn't finish in the epic style that we know both teams could deliver. But you know what? They have earned this. They've been there every step of the way. You can see Michaela pulling on that gear stick, just trying to get it to go round. The handbrake turn, I mean, this is really, really struggling. But you can see there two great champions next to each other, just shooting the breeze while Michaela does her hardest to get that car back.
I feel for them. We all wanted to see an amazing race right through. Johan had that incredible moment. His heart must have sank. They were a lap down when Arlen-Kotolinsky got into this car, and then it all kicked off. Absolutely incredible. Coming down towards the finish line, it's going to take her a little while to get there. Look at the front right. She's driven this car for more than, well, two laps, basically. 2 laps in this condition. And getting it home is going to be absolutely a stellar job. Out at the end of the Continental Traction Challenge, no danger they're going to take that, I'm afraid, on this particular run around. X44 at the top of the Traction Challenge. Oh, you can hear everything clattering in the car. It makes you so nervous, doesn't it, as to whether or not they're going to get there.
All right, seems like they're going to really have to push all her might, use it, and you know this championship is there for you.
On board with Arlen-Kotolinsky. There's hardly a celebration in sight, is there, when you're just trying to drag it round to the finish line like this.
You can hear it. It's grunting. It doesn't want to go.
Hard work. But here they come, slowest finish in history, certainly for Extreme. It went down to the wire. Johan Kristoffersen is going to take back the title it took in Season 1, and it's the biggest career title for Michaela Arlen-Kotolinsky, limping over the finish line. Rosberg X Racing are the 2023 Extreme champions in the most extreme race I think I've ever seen in my life.
Well, 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 my goodness, were any of us expecting that? I mean, I'm new to this, the commentary, look at them go. I mean, Extreme is extreme. It didn't disappoint. That was wild and sad. Jenny Gow.
It was...
Speechless.
And what do you say to that?
Time to celebrate.
They're just going to let rip.
Absolutely, and look at them go. There's going to be some champagne showers tonight, all sorts of celebrating. And you know what I love? So much worldwide representation, so many people, you know, representing different countries. It's amazing. It really is like a global series.